have a dream that one day my 4 little children will live in a nation where they are not judged by the color of their skin. Have you heard this? Well, you probably have in school. Also, because on January 21st, we do not have to go to schools. Yay! Martin Luther King was born on January 15th, 1929. Luckily, he was born after World War I, but unfortunately, he was born right when the Great Depression happened. If you do not know what this is, let me give you an example. Hello, banker. Can I please have $1,000? Sure. Hello. Can I have $10,000? Sure. 1 month later. Hello, can I have $1? I'm sorry, but you cannot. These people still need to give me their money back. But I needed to buy food. I'm sorry. And the economy went straight down the toilet. Luckily, it did not affect the family. Now, let's talk about slaves. One day, someone thought it was a good idea to say this. So, I can pick your crops for you for $10. No, that is too high. How about instead we capture you and force you to do it? This affected so many African Americans that in 1860, the South wanted to keep slaves, so they tried to make their own country. So then a civil war happened, and the North won, making all slaves free. But then the president that helped the country then, Abe Lincoln, had a brick thrown at his head. Yes, I know that did not happen, but I want to keep this family friendly. But there was a problem. After this racism, there were segregated water fountains, schools, bathrooms, everything. So they wanted someone to be their speaker. So they chose him, MLKJ, which stands for Martin Luther King Jr. And he was scared, but decided to do it anyway. Now, let me tell you a scary story. Rosa Parks went on the bus, and because I said this was a scary story, you probably think that Logan Paul yelled at her to buy that merch. But luckily, that did not happen. Instead, the buses were segregated, and someone told her to get up, which she didn't. And she got arrested. What? Told ya, it was spoopy. So then, they protested against the buses, and in 11 months, they finally gave up. Because they were not using the buses for that amount of time. So really, they walked everywhere, to work, to school, to the diner, to Disneyland. But you'd have to walk Georgia to California, which would take, let's see here, 806 hours! So now the bus economy is down the toilet. So finally the buses were not segregated. Yay! But this was just one victory of many. But one thing I forgot to tell you is MLK did go to jail for doing stuff like this. But he was brave during this time. But then, when people were protesting, they got sent to jail for protesting. On marches, the police came and sent them a lovely gift, dogs and fire hoses. Now that might seem nice, but the dogs bit them, and the fire hoses were sprayed at them. It got to the point where they had to send them to jail. It took a school bus to carry them, like 2 or 3 school buses. Then the March on Washington happened, where Martin Luther King gave his most well-known speech, which so many people know, and it was so powerful. Millions came and the march was a success. But behind the scenes, a few years ago, people against the CRM, which stands for Civil Rights Movement, bombed churches, people's homes, terrible stuff. Back in the present, in 1963, someone threw a brick at President Kennedy's head and died. Sorry, that is not what happened. I know that. Also, Martin Luther King later won the Nobel Peace Prize, and all was good until 1969. Someone sadly threw a brick at his head, and Martin Luther King passed away on something April. I kind of forgot. He will always be remembered, even though I know that did not happen. A brick was not thrown at his head, but I wanted to keep this PG. But he will always be remembered as one of history's greatest men. Hey guys, sorry that took so long, but I was originally going to release this on January 21st, but unfortunately, I got sick, and I still am sick, and I'm recording this. So yeah, and I'm sorry about the brick thing. I wanted to keep this PG. I didn't want anyone, to oh no, mommy, mommy, someone told him about, how 3 people died and, their head, yeah. So I wanted to prevent that, so I just said a brick was thrown at their head. Now, every time I said that did not happen, which was true. They all died some other way. But I wanted to keep this PG, so I said that. Okay, but really, hope you enjoyed this. Sorry that I released it a lot later than the 21st. I got sick. I'm sorry. So, yeah, goodbye. Hope you enjoyed it.